When it comes to your skin, I'm going to do anatomy of your skin for you today because a lot of people don't even know the parts of their bodies. They do not know. Until something happens to that part of their body, that's when they know the name and the reason why that part of that particular, body, it's on them. It's in their body. So today, I'm positive. I'm 100% positive that a lot of us don't know skin anatomy, and I'll be sharing that with you today before we go deep down into today's lesson. Yes, again, the title of today's health tips is the mix of daily bathing, and we want to personalize hygiene for optimal skin and immune health. So today's health information addresses three different topics. What do I mean by this? I mean, this title is three in one topic. It is a three different topics put together as one. And this title will educate on why over cleansing can harm our immunity. It will also educate on how we can protect our skin's natural moisture barrier. And lastly, it will educate on how we can personalize our hygiene schedules. So these three topics are embedded in today's topic. And it changes the norm. That is the myth of daily bathing. It focuses on action, that is personalizing hygiene. It also covers benefit because when you do things, you want to know the reason why you're doing it and the outcome. What are you getting from what you are experimenting, what you are doing? What are you getting from it? So we want to see the benefits of what we are going to discuss today. So now let's start with the myth of daily bathing, which is the common cultural assumption that all everyday shower or bath is biologically essential for hygiene, health, and social norms. And I'm here today to debunk this myth with these key points. Number one, that daily bathing is unnecessary for health, whether you believe it or not. Go online and research from the right resources. When I say resources, I mean online. It could be bookstore or health website. Okay? Because for most people who do not engage in strenuous physical activity, daily showering is not medically required. I will explain better. If you are not doing anything, if your job does not require you to be stressful, that will make you sweat every day. For instance, I work from home, I stay home. I didn't go anywhere. I showered last night or I showered this morning. Tomorrow, I may decide not to shower if I'm not sweating. If I'm home, cutting my grass, cleaning my house, doing, house chores that will make me sweat, I will definitely shower. If I go out, I expose my body to infections, dust, pollutants there, bacteria. Even if I'm not working, doing strenuous physical activities, for the fact that I'm out there touching this, touching that, exposing to myself to many things, invisible things that flies on air, I will come back home and shower. But if I sit down in my house doing nothing, there's no reason for me to shower. And I'll tell you the reason why you shouldn't do that. Okay? Key point number 2 is I will provide to you that daily bathing can be harmful to the skin because frequent fully body washing, especially with hot water, and harsh soaps strips the skin of its natural protective oils, we call it sebum, and disrupts the skin microbiome. That's the balance of beneficial bacteria, which can lead to dryness, irritation, and potentially weaken the skin's barrier and immune defense. Okay? And point number 3 is your hygiene can be targeted. How? Through hygiene and odor control can often be maintained by simply spotting cleaning. That's the areas prone to sweat and bacteria, like your armpits, your groin, and your feet, allowing the rest of the body to preserve its natural protection. Now, why do I mean to say all this, and what do I mean by saying this? I mean, if you shower every day, the rest of your body that needs to protect its natural protection will not, because you think bathing will control odor from the areas prone to sweat and bacteria, like your feet, like your armpit, like your groin. I'm sure many people don't know what that groin is. Let me show you. I'm going to do a lot of demonstration today, so pay attention to my body, okay? So this is your armpit right here. This is your armpit. And of course, you know your feet. When it comes to your groin, which is groin, this is your groin right here. Right here. I believe, can you see me on TikTok? This is your groin right here. And behind you, the line between your two buttocks, right here, you need to cleanse them. That is the area where you can see sweating or bacteria can hide in. Those are the area you need to wash if you are home doing nothing. You can use your time. I'm going to get there, but let me continue. Now, before I proceed, what is microbiome? A lot of people have heard about it. I know a lot of health professionals are on the show today. What is microbiome? You probably know that. But for the benefit of those who have no idea of what microbiome is, permit me to shift my focus on the delicate ecosystem of bacteria and the rest of it. Now, the skin microbiome is a dense, diverse community of bacteria, fungi, and viruses living harmlessly in your skin surface. They live on your skin surface. Microbiome lives on your skin surface, such as bacteria, fungi, viruses. They are microbiome. And they live on your skin. They are not harmful. They cannot hurt. That means they are good bacteria. All right? These good microbes are essential for skin health and act as a crucial first line of defense. What that means is they defend your skin from harmful cream, bacteria, viruses, those harmful chemicals. That is what they do. They defend it. Without these microbes, your skin is not safe from bacteria and virus. If you don't have these microbes on your skin, living on your skin, these good bacteria, your skin is not safe from bacteria. That means you will be prone to virus, bacteria, all this infection out there. It means your skin is not protected. So you must have these microbes. All right? Now that you have an understanding of what microbiome is, let's talk about how daily bathing can harm or say hurt your skin. Without or with microbiome, how can your body, your skin, be affected if you do daily bathing? And I'm pretty sure that you all know the layers of your skin. In case you don't know, so here we go. This is anatomy of your skin. I'm talking about the skin, and that's the largest part of your body. When we are talking about the body, the whole body anatomy, the skin is the largest part. So we are talking about the skin itself today now, because each part of your body has their own anatomy. So we are talking about skin. The first layer of your skin is called epidermis. That's the outer part, the outermost layer. This particular one you are looking at, that's called epidermis. This is the body's primary protective barrier, and is responsible for producing skin cells and color. So if you see any white person or black person, epidermis is responsible for that. It is responsible for that. It makes you look red, white, blue, green, whatever your color is. I'm sure we don't have blue, we don't have red, we don't have green. I'm just being hilarious. I'm just being sarcastic, okay? Don't mind me. Now, I want you to pay attention to these three skin layers, because they both have connection with bathing. And when I'm going to ask my questions, you want to pay, serious attention with what I'm going to say if you really want to get my money, okay? Now, the second layer is called dermis, and dermis is located beneath the epidermis. After this layer, the next one is called dermis. Okay? This layer contains connective tissues, hair follicles, irun tó ń jáde lára yín ló jẹ́ hair follicles, sweat gland. When the sweat is coming out, that's the particular layer that brings out the sweat. Okay, it's called sweat glands. Blood vessel, that is the one that holds the veins, where the blood passes through in your body. Blood vessels. And nerves endings. When you hit your head against something and you go for x-ray, doctor said nothing is broken. It is your nerves that got hurts. That's what I'm talking about. This is the part that provides the skin with strength and flexibility. For your skin to be strong and flexible, epidermis is responsible. Okay? Dermis is responsible. Sorry. Dermis is responsible for that. And now the third layer is called hypodermis. That is subcutaneous tissue. That's the third one. It's layer by layer. When you see this, but a lot of people don't know that your skin has different layers, because before you reach that bone in your body, because your skin also has bone. After everything you have in your body, bone must be surrounded. The third layer is called hypodermis. This layer primarily made of fat and connective tissue. When you see your body, I will use oily skin type people. Like myself, I'm an oily skin type. So when the oil is coming out from your pores, this layer is responsible for that. It insulates, it protects the body. It stores energy and connects the skin to the underlying muscle and bone. So after that layer is now muscle and bone. Okay? Take note of that. That is the skin anatomy. All right? Now, how can hot water and ash? I gave you this clue for you to know when I start talking about how the body, your skin is affected by hot water or ash soap. For you to understand, when I mention epidermis, dermis, hypodermis, I want you to have understanding of those first before we now go deep down into the reason why we are here. So let's talk about how hot water and ash antibacterial soaps strip away the protective layer of your skin. And when I say protective layer, the first layer, epidermis, is what we are talking about. Remember, I just mentioned few seconds ago how epidermis, the first layer of the skin, is the body primary protective barrier, right? That's what we're going to be focusing on now. So now, the most critical part of the epidermis is the stratum corneum. Stratum corneum. Stratum corneum. That's what it's called. Which is the very top layer made of dead skins and lipid. Lipid is fat. I need you to pay attention to this particular section. This is the brick wall. Now, the hot water and ash soap damage this particular brick wall, leading to moisture loss and vulnerability. When hot water and ash, antibacterial soaps strip away the protective layer, two things must connect before that can happen. All right? The acid mantle and the lipid barrier, fat barrier, lipid is, focus on that, lipid is fat. All right? Lipid barrier, through two distinct but interconnected chemical and physical action. That's what happened. The chemical and the physical action, that's what takes place before this, whatever you use on your skin, can strip off your layer. Okay? And this is called emulsification and pH disruption. Now, acid mantle is a chemical, while the lipid barrier is physical. So both of them connect together before this hot water can strip your skin, the layer. The bacteria that protect your skin. All right? Now, let's continue. This pH, that is potential of hydrogen, it's a numerical scale used to specify how acidic or basic alkaline a water-based solution is. And the scale range from 0 to 14, while 0 to 6 is considered to be acidic. 7.0 is pure water. That means it's neutral. Now, when it comes to 7.1 to 14, that is basic. Alkaline. Now, the reason why pH matters for skin health is because healthy skin naturally maintains a slightly acidic surface known as acid mantle. All right? Now, remember I mentioned earlier that acid mantle is chemical that connects with lipid barrier, which is the fat, which is physical. And these two distinct must connect before hot water and ash antibacterial soap can strip away the protective layer in your skin. With this, your skin is designed to operate best in this slightly acidic range of 4.5 to 5.5 pH. If you test your skin pH and is lower than 4.5 or higher than 5.5, there is a problem. That particular protective layer, microbiome, will not be able to protect your skin. And I will explain the reason why. This environment is crucial for 2 reasons. All right? For 2 reasons. Number 1 reason is it supports good bacteria. That's your pH, if it is balanced. It supports good bacteria. Yes. It provides the perfect habitat for the beneficial bacteria, which is called microbiome, to strip and protect you from pathogens. What are pathogens? Pathogens are infectious agents that invade the body, multiply, and disrupt normal bodily functions and lead to sickness. So when you say, oh, I'm sick, that means pathogens, either, bacteria, virus, infection has entered your body. What they do is they sit in your body, they live in your body, they eat, they party, they do so many things in your body, they multiply. One mama busy, one mama resi in your body before they start disrupting your body function. That's when you are not able to breathe. That's when you are not able to see, you are not able to sit down, you are not able to move. That is your bodily functions. They have attacked it because those pathogens in your body has entered into your body. They won't busy, won't rest, won't dash, share one man, tomati wọlé sí lára báyìí, one man busy, no mama rest ni. Tomati wa bẹ̀rẹ̀ pọ̀pọ̀, tó ti ní supporters, they now start attacking your body. That's when you get sick. Now, the second reason you must make sure that your pH is balanced is it maintains barrier integrity. What that means is the low pH, if it is lower than 4.5 to 5.5, if it is low, that helps keep the skin's lipid barrier intact, which prevents water loss and blocks irritants. Now, here is the problem. The problem with HP soap, high HP soap, when low antibacterial, anti-this is effective. Listen to this. Because many people just put a lot of things on their skins and it damages their body. It damages the body. And before you know, they have skin cancer, they have skin infection, they have this, they have that. Because they don't have understanding of what their skin is made of, what their body can absorb. So here is the problem with high pH soap. Most traditional bar soap are naturally alkaline. They are more than 5 pH. All these antibacterial, they are naturally alkaline because most of these soap are often with a pH of 8 to 10 pH due to their saponification process. What is saponification? It's a process of converting fat, oils, or lipid, which is acid, into soap by combining them with sodium hydroxide. So any bar soap you see with hydroxide, they have fat, they have oil, they have lipid, they have that. They convert everything together. You read the labels, you see all this. They have 8 to 10 pH. And your body only needs, the max is 5.5. Lowest is 4.5. When you now take that bacteria, the antibacterial soap, you think it's you see, they deceive us a lot. They deceive us with names that you think it's okay for your body, that you think it's okay for your skin, that you think it's okay for your immunity. When you hear you think it's against, because anti is against. That anti is what they use to deceive us. When you see a bar soap and it's anti, do you take your time to read the label and see how much is that pH? Any antibacterial is 8 to 10 pH, and your body only need 5.5 max. Yes. So when this process takes place, it increases the pH of the soap. When they do all this saponification, it's increased because they had fat, they had oil, they had lipid, they had sodium peroxide, everything combined together. It increases the soap. And that's what they use to deceive us that, oh, it's antibacterial, because it's high. So when you use this high, pH soap, they temporarily raise your skin pH. That's what happened. They raise it out of its optimal range. And when you use the soap with 8 to 10 pH on your skin with natural 4.5 to 5.5 pH, it will increase your skin pH. And what happens is, this alkaline environment damages the acid mantle, the one that protects your skin. Yes, that's what happened. It disrupts the good bacteria, leaving the skin vulnerable and dry until its natural pH slowly re-acidifies. Now, this analysis shows how your skin is affected using ash soap with heavy and dangerous chemicals. Let me tell you how this happened to your skin. Let's take, for instance, we have red oil. Red oil in the winter time, or you put it in a cold area, it will freeze up, like omadi tobati d. That's let's use that one as acid mantle. That is acid mantle. Now let's rub it on our skin. Let's visualize that. That's the way it is on our skin. When you now take hot water, pour it on that oil, what will happen? It will dissolve. Or you just carry that oil in the bowl, put it in the hot water, it will just dissolve. That is exactly what happens when you use hot water to wash your skin. You are washing off that acidic mantle, which is considered to be your protective bacteria. That is a perfect example. You can understand what happens when you use hot and this harmful soap on your skin. And when I tell ladies that do not use soap to wash your vagina, they think I'm kidding. Right? Your vagina should be only washed with regular water, ordinary warm water. You cannot use cold water. You cannot use hot water. Just regular lukewarm water. You know why? Because your vagina is protected by some bacteria you cannot see. And that's why I said your body contains good and bad bacteria. You cannot do without these two bacteria. Your body needs them. Even though they are bad, your body still needs them. So when you use your hot water to wash your vagina and this dangerous chemicalized soap, they tell you it's anti, you use it to wash those good bacteria that protect your vagina. Use ordinary water. Do not use any soap to wash your vagina. Use ordinary water to wash it. That's all. Now, how do you personalize hygiene? You don't want to do what other people are doing out there. And that's why I like uniqueness. People that know me, they know what I can do and what I cannot. When it comes to fashion, I will not do what you do. I will not carry the bag you carry. I will not wear the clothes you wear. That's why I don't do ashebi. I don't like uniform. I will not eat the food you eat. I will not go to where you go. I will not do the profession you do. That is uniqueness. You need to personalize your own thing. Have a signature. Let people see you uniquely. Okay? So how do we go about this? And when I say personalizing hygiene, what do I mean by this? I mean you want to shift away from the culturally mandated one size fits all routine. The way you are doing your shower every day, it has to change today. And don't get me wrong, I'm not forcing you. I'm only here to advise, to advocate for healthy living. If this suits you, if you see yourself in this, go ahead and do it. If you don't see yourself in it, that's okay. It's your choice. But I'm telling you what I did that works for me, because I realized that in winter time, my skin becomes dry. And in summer, it becomes oily. And in winter time, I didn't have any understanding. I have not done my research, because not everything you think you have degree on this, degree on that. There's some things you won't be taught in school, and you will learn it in real life. You either research to know what is going on in the world, or you hear things happening around you, or you see something happening around you. Then you put two things together and realize that, oh, this is life. So things happens to me, and I work on it, and it works for me. All right? So when my skin becomes dry, I didn't know what the problem. My body would be itching like crazy. It took me over 3 weeks to find out what the problem is. Now, let me tell you this. When I started having itching, dryness, I visited allergy doctor. My skin was tested. They do sort of things and that. But trust me, it still don't stop. Why? Because I'm still using hot water. I shower twice a day. Ask anybody around me. When it comes to showering, whether I'm out or not, I shower twice a day, morning and night. I have no idea. It wasn't occurred to me that I have already stripped off these protective cells in my body. So I got to know that I can't be showering my body when I do nothing, when I didn't sweat, when I'm not exposed to infection bacteria out there. I'm not supposed to do it. Then I stopped. What I'm telling you now, I discovered this information last year. And I started experimenting on it before this may not be you. This may not happen to you. You might not find yourself in this situation. I'm not saying you should go ahead and do it. But if this happens to you, like what I'm saying happens to you, you find out that you are having itching, dryness, pay attention to what you do. Stop taking shower when you have nowhere to go. When it's not necessary, stop it and see if it's going to stop, because that was exactly what I did. Okay? So I'm not saying you should just do what I asked you to do. You need to pay attention, do your research, ask questions, speak to people, experiment things like that. That's what I'm advising. Okay? So now, I'm talking about how you can personalize your own hygiene. All right? And this is based on the idea that what is clean for an athlete after a marathon is vastly different from what is clean for an office worker on a rest day. Let me break it down for you. When you are working in the office, you are actually sitting down doing nothing. You are only using your pen and paper. you will be exposed to bacteria infection if your office is dirty with dust, or if you work in healthcare setting, you're exposed to any patient that is carrying, infections, germs, bacteria. You come home and wash yourself. Other than that, if you are in your office, you leave your office, you come home, you clean yourself. The next day, if you don't go anywhere, you don't need to do that. You don't need to do this bathing at all. You don't need to do the bathing at all. So now, here is the breakdown of what you can do. I mean, how you can personalize your hygiene routine. Number one, your primary driver is assessing your activity level. Yes, your ability to assess your activity level is what you should think first. And what does that mean? It means that your physical activity is the most important factor in determining shower frequency. Yeah. Your activity. You can't compare someone, working in the office to someone who has to go out there and do, constructions and do music, singing, swearing, acting. You cannot compare yourself to them. Your activity level is quite different. So you have to consider that activity level, because your activity is very, very important. Is the factor. If you sit at home doing nothing, why are you bathing or showering every day? Why? Because high activities such as exercise, manual labor, such as construction people, when you engage in stress-not activity that cause significant sweating, a full shower is necessary to remove sweat, that is dead skin cell, and bacteria that cause body odor. If you fall into this category, you exercise, you do series of manual labor, you go to construction, you dance, you do music, you act, you expose yourself, you go to hospital, you work in the house, all those things. If you find yourself doing so much that make you sweat, you need to have a full shower. And when it comes to low activity such as sedentary and rest days, like the one I'm doing, that is, if you don't sweat heavily, you can often skip the full shower. If you shower today, you might decide not to shower tomorrow. Yes, because sweat is mostly water and salt, and it is the bacteria that consume it that creates odor. Yes. And on low activity days, you can switch to targeted cleansing. If you are not doing anything, your activities is low. Maybe you just wake up in the morning, brush your teeth, make your breakfast. The next thing you do, nothing. You just sit down and watch TV, watch movie. You can do targeted shower. What is targeted cleansing? Targeted cleansing involves using a washcloth or water to cleanse only the odorous zones, such as your armpit, your groin, your feet, and your face. You leave the larger, less oily areas of your body, like your arms, your legs, your back, alone. Don't touch them. You just use your washcloths to clean. And if you decide to clean those areas, go ahead and do it. The most important thing is, do not put hot water or these bacteria or these antibacteria, whatever you think they are. Do not apply them to your body every day. if you are not sweating every day. Because this protects the skin barrier and microbiome on those areas. Now, that is assessing your activities level, which is the primary driver. You also want to consider your skin and your hair type. Some people don't even know the type of skin they have. They do not know. Some don't know. Some don't know whether they are oily type, they are, dry skin, or both combined. My skin is oily and dry, so I'm combined. If you ask ladies, they are doing CC out there, ask them, what is your, your skin type? They don't know. They do not know. Yet, they still see themselves sophisticated out there. Yes, you need to consider these two, your skin type and your hair type. Obviously, different skin types react very differently to washing and soap. If you wash your body with certain soap, the way you will react to it will be different from the way I will react to it, based on your skin type. My skin is very sensitive, so I know what I can use on my skin. How many of you can say that? And that is why people with dry or sensitive skin, eczema or psoriasis, benefit significantly from showering less often. Perhaps every 2 or 3 days. Why? Because overwashing strips the essential lipids they need to maintain moisture, leading to cracking and irritation. So if you fall into this category, you have eczema, you have psoriasis, your skin is sensitive, you want to do this. Same thing to oily skin. Every oily skin type, they are prone to acne. And that's why I always have acne, because I'm oily skin. So in the summertime, my body is oily, so I will have acne. And winter time, I'm dry. No pimples coming. And if you know how to maintain that, if you know your body, you prepare for it. Once you see pimples on your what become acne is pimples. When you have pimples and you pluck it, that's when you have black, spots. That's acne. So once you have that, get something, you can put your toothpaste on it. You can put tea tree oil on your pimples. It will disappear like that without, picking on it. That will become acne. You see, a lot of things you can do to maintain your skin. But if you don't know, you don't know. So people with very oily skin may feel they need to wash daily. But even here, ash product can trigger rebound oil production. And that is your skin overcompensate by producing more oil. When you use all this ash oil, you are getting more of those things you are trying to get off your skin. And in this case, your personalized everything you want to do, you want to personalize it. And personalization means using gentle, pH balanced cleanser rather than harsh detergents. That's what you do. Look, don't base yourself on these deceptive names. You read the labels. Any product without label, do not buy them. They are harmful to your skin, to your body, to your immunity. Do not buy them. And when you see the label, read carefully. First, you need to know your skin type before you buy. Because if you don't know your skin type, there's no way you will read the label and you will know it's for you. It's for your skin. You won't know. And the number 3 reason why you want to personalize your hygiene routine is adjusting your climate and season. Yes. That is important. You consider your climate. And what that means is environment you live plays a major role in your skin needs. And I'm talking about hot or humid climate or summertime. This is increased sweat and humidity. It means that most people will need to rinse or wash their body frequently to feel comfortable and prevent yeast and fungi growth. That is in the summertime. Because we're going to be sweating because it's sunny, it's humid out there, it's hot out there. So we are going to be showering twice a day. That is understandable. But when it is cold or dry climate or winter time, that is when the air is dry and your skin is already fighting to retain moisture. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the best time to reduce shower frequency and lower the water temperature to prevent excessive dryness and itching. Now, don't get me wrong. In this time, this winter time, if you want to do twice daily shower, go ahead. Provided if you can use cold water in that winter time, go ahead and do it. I am not saying you should not shower twice or you shouldn't shower daily. It depends on the weather. If you live, for instance, in America, in Canada, in UK, any part of the world except Africa, if you want to shower twice daily, use cold water in the winter time and tell me what you feel. And I bet you nobody can use cold water in that winter time. Even if you live in your house, you don't leave your house, you stay in. You cannot use cold water in winter time. You want to turn your hot water on. In fact, some will go under this shower. The water will be, you will be seeing smoke. That tells you how strong and hot that water is. You cannot do that because it's damaging a lot of things on your skin. Yes. You need to reduce shower frequency and lower the water temperature. Otherwise, you continue to experience dry skin and battle with itching if you fail to prevent excessive dryness and itching. Now, this might not happen to many people. However, that doesn't mean it doesn't happen. It happens to me. That is what we call bio-individuality in integrative nutrition, not regular nutrition. But I didn't study regular nutrition. Integrative, that is, we integrate everything in the world, circle of life, into nutrition. We look at you as a whole body. We do not base our findings, we do not base our treatment on the diet alone. We base it on everything that happens around you. We look at your relationship. We look at your environment. We look at your career. We look at your spirituality. We look at social life. Everything that happens around you to determine what the problem is. That is what integrative nutrition is. So, if it happens to me and it works for me, and same thing doesn't work for you, it doesn't mean that thing is not good. It doesn't mean the food is not good. It's called bio-individuality. That basically means one man's food is another man's poison. That doesn't mean the food or product is not good or is not healthy. It is not just working for me the way it works for you. Individual skin is different. You might go ahead and take your shower using hot water, very hot water, and this bacteria, and you don't feel anything. It's okay. That is your skin. But I'm talking to people who experience this problem. Yeah. Skin types react very differently to food, skin products, medication, activities, or lifestyle. Okay? Take note of that. And number 4, the last thing you want to do is customizing your products and techniques. Because personalization is not just about when you wash, but how you wash. Yes. And how do you achieve this? How? You need 4 hygiene components to customize your products and techniques. When I say products, I didn't mean you should go and start, producing products. You know what I mean. Material, those soaps, those lotion, those oil, things that you apply on your skin. That's what I mean by products. Techniques means the way you use them, the way you apply them on your skin. That's what I'm talking about. So you need 4 hygiene components to customize your products and techniques. Number one hygiene component is soap use. Yes. Of course, the traditional approach, which I consider to be as myth. The traditional approach believes that soap must be applied to the entire body every time. That is traditional approach. It is not my approach. I have to personalize mine. Your own approach must be personalized. That's the solution right here to your problem, to your itching or your dryness. You are going to personalize your own by using gentle pH neutral soap. Apply it only to your armpit, your groin, your feet. Use plain water on the rest of the body. If your body is not producing sweat for the bacteria to feed on, you are not exposed to bacteria, infection, pollutants, dust, and etc. You do not need to shower daily. Tell your doctor I said so. You do not need it. So you personalize your own. Now, the second unique hygiene component is water temperature. The traditional approach believes that hot steaming water is good, especially in the winter time. Let those who prefer that type of, approach, let them continue with that. You are going to personalize your own. Personalize your own water. Use warm or lukewarm water, which is less damaging to the skin's lipid barrier instead of hot water. You get me? The next hygiene component is your shower duration. How long do you shower? How long? Traditionally, many people believe that long, relaxing 15 minutes or more showers make the body cleaner than showering less. Now, what do you do if you want to personalize that? Use shorter, about 3 to 5 minutes. Use just short showers, about 3 to 5 minutes, to minimize exposure time. Why? Because time is enemy to your skin at that moment. You know why? Because the longer your skin is exposed to running water, especially hot water, the more severely these protective oils are stripped. You want to protect oil. You want to protect the barrier damage. That's what you want to do. Because lipids are soluble. Yeah. The skin barrier is held together by natural oils called lipids or sebum. So hot water acts like a solvent, gradually dissolving and washing away these essential fats. I made a practical, example using red oil. That is exactly what happened. So you want to use that 3 to 5 minutes. And the last component is post-shower. Traditional approach believes in towering off and getting dressed. Our fathers do that a lot. Men, I'm going to get on your nerves today. And I apologize before then. Men get in the shower and get out. And I like that because they keep that 3 to 5 minutes. And what do they do after getting out from that shower? No lotioning, no doing anything. They just they put it on, they are good to go. Unlike we, sophisticated women, we want to dry it, we want to lotion, we want to moisturize, we want to use this, use that, everything. That takes about 20 minutes. Papa is still waiting. Daddy is still waiting in the living room. You are still unlotioning your body. That is our fathers, our men, our husbands, brothers, cousins, our nephews. That's what they do. The traditional way. Maybe these Gen Z don't do that, but I believe that that's what they do. And we have other men. If you see those fashionable men and some men, they still do what women do. They will go to the bathroom, they will shower and take a longer time, and when they get out, they will sit in their own, their own couch or whatever they put in their bedroom. They will try to clean up, lotion, put their stuff, dress well. They take more than 20 minutes. Sometimes there's some men like that. Am I lying? If I'm lying, me. There's some men like that. But when I'm talking about traditional way, that the traditional approach is getting into that bathroom, take your shower, towel, and get out, get dressed. That's what they do. And I know you won't do that. If you're a man or woman watching me, I know you will not do that because you are a sophisticated lady, an handsome guy. You want people to know that, this is me. I must look good, man. When you look at me this morning, you know how long it takes me to do this? Because I want you to look good. And if I want to look good, if I want you to look good, I also want to look good. I want to practice what I'm teaching. So I know you won't do that. You want to dress down. So you want to apply moisturizer to slightly damp skin within 3 minutes of drying. And that is what we call the 3 minutes rule. Apply your moisturizer within 3 minutes to lock in hydration. Why is this timing crucial? Why is it crucial? The 3 minutes rule is crucial because the goal of moisturizing is not just to add moisture, but to trap and seal the moisture that is already present in your skin after showering. If you don't do it within 3 minutes, the one you have in your body will be gone. That's why you want to use that 3 minutes rule to do whatever you want to do and get going. Yes. Now, here is the damp skin advantage. The damp skin advantage. When you step out of the shower, your skin is saturated with water. You know that, right? This is the optimal time to apply moisturizer because the outer layer of your skin, which we call stratum corneal, it's soft and slightly swelling because you have applied. Now, let me give you an example. If you put your water too much in water, either cold, especially in cold water, you see your hands, practicalize it. You see your hands becoming swelling like it's bigger. Put one hand in the water and compare it to the other one. You will see that it's slightly, because the water is already making it look like that. It makes it highly receptive to the product you apply. And when it comes to evaporation, you also want to prevent that. Because again, as soon as you step out of the water, the process of transepidermal water loss, we call it TEWL, transepidermal water loss, begins. The water on your skin surface and the water absorbed into the epidermis immediately starts to evaporate into the surroundings here. And this evaporation can quickly lead to skin dryness. Yes. And the last reason why you want to moisturize your skin within 3 minutes is because during the time you are applying an occlusive moisturizer, like a cream or ointment, you are creating a physical barrier that seals the absorbed water into the epidermis. And we call this golden window. The 3 minute window is considered the crucial golden window before significant evaporation occurs. So as you can see, you need to do whatever you want to do within that 3 minutes to achieve this, to take this benefit. For your skin to get all these benefits, you need to do it within 3 minutes. So how many of us determine that when you get into the shower, do you even know how long you stay? When you are lotioning your body, do you even know how long you stay in there? You don't. I'm not going to lie, me too. I don't, until I discover all this. I started practicing it. And it's been helping me so well. It is. Now, by considering these factors, you create a dynamic, flexible routine that maximizes cleanness and maximizes the harm to your skin barrier and immune defenses. That is what you do. Now, I know you want to know, apart from the lotion, because I'm not going to give you the lotion. I'm not a dermatologist. I'm not going to advise you on the type of lotion to use, but I can categorically tell you that olive oil, you look for olive oil for the skin, not the one, not the one you cook with. Olive oil for the skin, you have it. Vaseline, they are good for your skin. This is what your skin needs, because olive oils contain fatty acid, omega fatty acid, and your body needs it. But I can tell you the food you can eat for your skin to look great without applying all these chemicals, without bleaching your skin. You will eat, if you have your money, you will look good. Besides, what do you work for? Is it not for yourself? And if you have left, give out. If you don't have left, you don't have left. And I'm not saying you should not help. You should not give out, even if you don't have. But first of all, take care of yourself. Now, here are some of the best foods and nutrients that can promote healthy skin, that can make that your skin look radiant. Number 1 is omega-3 fatty acid. It is called anti-inflammatory powerhouse. Omega fatty acid helps maintain the skin's lipid barrier, like microbiome, acid, what is it called? The bricks wall, the one we discussed earlier. Omega fatty acid keep moisture in and irritants out. If you eat food that is rich in omega fatty acid, all this moisture will retain and all this irritant will be out. They also reduce the chronic inflammation that leads to acne, psoriasis, and redness. And where do you get this food from? I mean, the source of omega-3 fatty acid. You can get them from fatty fish like salmon fish, mackerel. Mackerel, America ló ń pè ní mackerel. Mackerel. You can get the fatty acid from it. Herrings, sardine, and I think is anchovies, fish lonjebe. I'm not sure if you have it in Africa, but if you have it, go ahead and eat it. You get omega fatty acid from it. And when it comes to plant sauce, these plant sauces out there, you will be thinking of walnuts, flax seeds, that is the ground one, chia seed, you need that. Now, the next food or vitamins or whatever you want to make use of for your skin is vitamin C. It's good for your skin. And that is why we call it the collagen builder, because the body cannot produce collagen without vitamin C. So you are lucky if you have vitamin C and collagen together. You are lucky. It's a good product. So that's why I say read labels. Sometimes they lie, some manufacturer lies. They lie so much. They will just put the names for you to buy. It's a marketing strategy. They know that is what you are looking for. They write it there. You know. So how do you know the original? I'll come back and tell you how to discover the real product. So collagen is the structural protein that keeps the skin firm and plump. So vitamin C is also a potent antioxidant that protects against sun damage. That is photoaging. All right? You can get it from bell pepper. Bell pepper, especially yellow and red. You can get it from citrus fruits. Those citrus fruit like oranges, grapefruit, lemon, lime. You get it from there. Get vitamin C from there. You can also get it from strawberries. Strawberries, broccoli, kale. You can get it from. The number 3 is antioxidants itself. Vitamin A, E, and beta carotene. I told you that antioxidant fight free radicals, that unstable molecules caused by exposure, pollutant, sun exposure, pollution, and stress that damage skin cells and accelerates aging. Okay, vitamin E works synergistically with vitamin C to protect cell membranes, and the best sources is number 1, sunflower seed. The seed, almond, avocados. You can get vitamin E from this seed, nuts, and vegetable. Avocado is vegetable. Now, when it comes to beta carotene, this is good for your body. You convert that to vitamin A. You find that one in red, yellow, and orange vegetables. And this help protect the skin from sun damage, and it's also essential for skin cell turnover. And the best sources are tomatoes, red pepper, red bell pepper, tatache, radishes, sweet potato, beets, carrots, pumpkin, and corn. Yeah. Now, your body needs zinc because it repairs the skin. And that's why we call it the skin repairer. Zinc is essential for wound healing. I always tell people, if you have cuts, whatever it is, be taking zinc. It will heal up as soon as possible, quickly. It fights inflammation and regulates the bone. Oil ló ń jẹ́ sí bone. Ń jẹ́ sí bone. Oil ni. So it regulates oil production in the skin, making it a key mineral for managing acne and general skin repair. Okay, and the best sources are oyster, would that be lobster by oyster, lean beef. Lean beef is the beef without skin. It's called lean beef. Lean chicken, lean turkey, anything without skin is lean. So you can get your zinc from lean beef without skin. Beef without skin. Pumpkin seed is good. You get your zinc from that. Chickpeas, you can get zinc from that. You can get zinc from lentils. And the last one is water. That's my favorite part. Water ni mo ń sọ. Water, the foundation. We call it foundation. The foundation. Now, why not a food? Well, that water is not a food. Its adequate hydration is essential. And that is why we call water an essential nutrient. There's nothing you eat on earth. You need to drink water. You need to shower with water. You need to build the house with water. You need to wash your clothes with water. Everything you do, you need water. And that is why it's foundation. That is why it's an essential nutrient. You know why it's essential? It is because water helps maintain skin toggle, elasticity, toggle, and it facilitates nutrient delivery and waste removal from skin cells. Okay? That is what happened. That is the reason why you need water. You need to hydrate your body. Of course, you need to sweat. If you are the one that have a strenuous job, you need to drink a lot of water. You know why? Because you are going to sweat a lot. And if you don't have enough water, how do you sweat? You need water to defecate or urinate. You need it. Your liver, your kidney, your heart they need water. Your skin need water to soft, to smooth. If you don't have your water, if you don't drink water regularly, your skin will be dried. That's what happened. And that ends today's health tips. Now it is time to test our high